Hi there, Andy Rahn with this week's video summary of the Montana Land Report. This week I'm coming to you from the Billings Association of Realtors office. We are holding our joint meeting with the Billings Farm and Ranch Brokers and the Southwest Farm and Ranch Brokers from Bozeman. Usually this meeting is held in Big Timber, Montana, but because of the coronavirus, we are holding it here at the Billings Association of Realtors and making the meeting available on Zoom as well. This meeting we have Dallas Fisher from Montana Drone speaking to us about drones, and we also have candidate for Lieutenant Governor Kristen Juris and Greg Gianforte will be zooming in as well to talk to us about their campaign and issues relevant to that. Another extremely hot and busy week in the Montana land market. A total of 39 property updates this week. 11 of those are new listings, 12 are pending sales, and 14 sales. So again, record activity in the Montana land market. Posted on Montana Land Source, we posted an article from Forbes that came out about a week ago talking about high-end large ranch purchases. They characterized these buyers as billionaire cowboys buying luxury and large properties across America. But counter to the information in the article, actually in Montana what we're seeing is far more small and medium-sized properties trading than the large ranches. A lot of brokers have shared with us that actually the extremely large ranches seem to be getting less interest. I think that is probably related to big ranches are generally an investment purchase, and that isn't necessarily the dominant motivation for buyers right now. A lot of buyers are looking to relocate immediately, so these smaller places that are easier to move into kind of thing, and large ranches are a big investment that takes time and consideration, and so those transactions aren't happening quite as readily. And although the article covered many of the factors that are driving this market, one thing they didn't talk about is the ability for people to work remotely, which we think is impacting the Montana land market. But of course, in the large ranches, high dollar ranches that they're talking about, wage earners aren't exactly part of that demographic. So check that out on Montana Land Source. In news, the auction that was scheduled for next week in Belt Creek has been canceled. Apparently they accepted a pre-auction offer. I'm personally disappointed. I was looking forward to going to that auctions. Land auctions in Montana are pretty rare, so it's pretty interesting to be able to go to those and see the dynamics of a land auction, but they're just rare in Montana, and we see this quite often where even if there's an auction scheduled, sometimes the deal happens before the auction. So that's what happened in that case. And finally, the 6th edition of the Ranch Investors Podcast is out. We interviewed Max Hansen, and for those of you who know, Max Hansen is an expert in 1031. We're lucky to have him in the state, and 1031 is an important and popular vehicle for land transactions, and there's always changes and whatnot in the law with that, and he is on top of all that. So a very interesting podcast there. Check that out on mtlandsource.com or anywhere where you get podcasts. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.